Are we live? Jo from Sport and Wellbeing here. I hope everyone is well and safe and coping in this little bit of crazy that we're all going through right now. We're going to take a little bit of time out today and go through a yoga inspired stretch session. So all you need is some comfortable clothing, stuff you can move around in. A mat, if you've got one, is great, but if not, don't worry, just enough space to put your arms out, to stretch out on the floor without kicking the cat or knocking over a vase, and we'll be good to go. As with everything, folks, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. I'll give you easier options. I'll give you options to add something extra if you like, but if it doesn't feel good, don't worry about it. This is all about taking a little bit of time out to do what feels good for you today. Right then, guys, we're going to start at the back of our mat. We're going to be starting standing, going down onto all fours, from there onto our tummy, rolling onto our back, and then we're going to finish seated. Okay? So we're just going to start at the back of our mats, bringing our feet into balance underneath us. I always like to have a little bit of a play through the ankles, so maybe come up onto your tiptoes, roll those ankles, get rid of all those little pops and cracks. And then just soften those knees slightly and start to bring yourself up a little bit taller. So through that rib cage, your chin and the crown of your head. Slide those shoulder blades down and together. We're going to sink that chin down into our chest. That heavy old head, just let it sink on down. And with that chin low, just let your head roll a little bit side to side. Just massaging the back of your neck. And then we'll bring that head back to center and lift it back up on top. So you're popping that top Lego brick on top of your Lego stack. Take a little peek over that right shoulder. Shoulders are staying lovely and low. Come back through the center, lift a bit taller. Over you go to that left side, little peek, and then come back to center. You're going to drop your right ear down towards that right shoulder. Come on up through the center and flop that left ear down, nice and low. And then we just come back to center, balance it all out by dropping that chin back down again. Head comes back up. Take a lovely inhale, breath back to the top. Reaching up into those fingertips. And then just exhale down. Let those shoulders feel nice and low as they come down. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale all the way down. Nice low shoulders. We're going to inhale all the way up. And you're just going to come halfway down. So come down to aeroplane arms. Aeroplane wings. From here, we're going to roll that spine forward to reach the wall in front of you and roll that spine. Let your head drop down. And then as we draw the arms back and squeeze the shoulder blades together, we're bringing that head back on top. So again, rolling that spine out, trying to make a lovely big C curve in your spine. Drawing the arms back and just gently squeeze the shoulder blades. Do that one more time. So let's roll forwards. Let that head drop a little. Come on back. And let's take those arms all the way down to your side. We're going to roll the whole spine down now. Drop your chin. Let those arms hang in front. Imagine you've got a big old bowling ball in those hands. And roll yourself down. You can soften those knees a little bit if the hamstrings get a bit of a fright. But otherwise, just soften the shoulders, maybe give the head a little nod. And just pause there just for a second. Take a breath or two. And then scoop that belly in and start to roll yourself all the way up to the top. Imagine your spine is like a big stack of Lego bricks and you're building them up one by one. Take a lovely big inhale breath. Making yourself as tall as you can. And then exhale those arms down. We're going to go all the way down again. Take your time with it. So let that chin sink first. Head follows chin. Neck, shoulders, upper back. mid-spine, low spine, and then let's just hang out there for a second. Pause, give those shoulders a shuffle. And then if you bend your knees, take your fingertips to the floor a little so that we can come all the way down, and we're going to pop our knees down onto that mat. So down we come onto all fours. Comfy, untuck those toes. Let's release the spine through cat and cow. Starting to tuck your tailbone under, I want you to arch your spine all the way up and let your head drop down to look through those legs. And then start to let your pelvis tilt forwards. That wave moves up the spine. You feel your belly drop, your chest drop, and the head just gently comes up. Let's go through again. So we start to tuck the pelvis, roll up the spine, really push the mat away from you, drop your head. And then one more time, tip that pelvis forwards, belly drops, chest drops, head gently comes up. And then if you come back to a nice neutral spine, so a nice flat back, we're going to take this right hand and thread needle. So underneath we go, push those fingertips away from you, down you go with the shoulder and the head if you can. And a little push through that left palm, bring it to center, just even yourself up. Take that left one, thread it on through, and down you go. And if it doesn't feel good, then just stay on all fours just for a moment. Little push, push through that right palm. Bring yourselves back to center. We might want to take the knees a little bit wider, sitting back into child's pose. So back you go. Get yourself comfy, maybe have a little shuffle. I like to wiggle myself right down close to the mat and stretch those fingertips away. Let's keep our fingertips stretched forwards. We're going to come up, up, up onto all fours. We're going to come into a pigeon with our right leg. So if you bring your right knee forwards, bring the right shin under your body, lift that left leg and slide it back so you can find that pigeon. So you might feel comfortable up here, maybe you want to go a little bit lower. So we can always come down onto those forearms, just sinking the weight down through that right glutes. Breathing into that stretch all the time. So those muscles, those working muscles, they're still working, they're stretching, they need oxygen. So just try and breathe. If you want to lay yourself out all the way along the floor, no problem at all. And if you're down nice and low, slowly going to start to make our way up. Forearms nice and slow. And then we come back up onto that high arm. Just pause there in that pigeon just for a minute. Option here, we're going to add a quad stretch with that left leg. If it doesn't feel good, if you reach back expecting to find a foot and there's no foot, don't worry about it too much. But if you'd like to bring that left foot up and see if you can find the foot, then we can take hold of that foot and add a lovely big quad stretch on the left. How you doing, guys? Doing good? Hanging in there? As you let go of that foot, just mind that it may rebound a little bit, so just gently let go of that foot so it doesn't hit the floor too hard. Down we come, lovely. If you tuck your left toes underneath you, so you can lift the left leg, sweep the right one under, both come in, find your child's pose. Maybe taking the knees a little bit wider now so we can wiggle all the way down. Maybe the chest can get a bit lower to the floor. When you're happy, let's come on up to those hands and knees. Left side pigeon. Knee comes forward, shin tucks under, right leg stretches back to find your pigeon. Stay high just for a moment, See how it feels? Wiggling that weight down through your left bottom cheek. Just pause there. So we're really opening up the glutes here. Stretching through those hip flexors as well. Feels great on the glutes. If you want to go down a little bit lower, let's creep it on down. Take your time, move slowly through these postures. Breathe, take the time to relax. If you want to go all the way down to the floor, by all means, lay yourself out. Push the cat out the way, husband, dog, give him a shove. And then we're going to start to work our way back up a little bit taller. So maybe coming onto forearms first. And then slowly we're coming up, 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 up. Pause in that high pigeon. Here comes that foot. So if you want to, we're going to bring that right foot up behind us. And we're going to see if we can grab hold of those toes. And if the foot's not there when you take that arm back, don't worry about it. You can just hold that pigeon if it feels better. We're going to let go of that rear foot, so just be aware it might ping back to the floor. So just gently, gently down it goes. Pop yourself back. Tuck your right toes, lift that right knee, sweep the left one under, step in. And back you go one more time into child's pose. Let's make this a really big one. Let's take the knees wide, feet are a bit wider, and really shuffle on down. So filling that space between the knees, sliding that chest down to the floor. Coming back up onto all fours, I want you to bring your knees together and I want you to step them out behind you a little bit so that you can come down onto your tummy. So just gently bring yourself down. So with those hands just in front of our shoulders, we're going to press up into baby cobra or into full cobra. So let's take a lengthen through the rib cage. Now my lower back is happier with me supported on my forearms. So if you'd like to come up a little bit higher and really lengthen through the forearms, if your lower back's happy with that, then feel free to come on up. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down. We're going to roll all the way back down to the floor. So take that rib cage down, slide those elbows out if that's where they are. And you're going to be an aeroplane. So let's stretch those arms out to the side. We're going to take a half scorpion here. So your right hand is going to pop in next to the shoulder. Push onto your left side and your right foot is going to find the floor. If the twist feels a little bit too much on your left shoulder, turn your palm so that it's facing the ceiling. So if it's a little bit too much twist, turn that palm, face the ceiling with your palm. How you doing, folks? I miss your faces. This is strange. Let's come all the way back to the center. Come on out, be an aeroplane. Take that left palm in, little push, push. Over you go. And if it's a little bit too much twist on your right shoulder, just turn that palm up to face the sky. And then back we come to center again. Bring those hands in one more time, cobra, baby cobra. So we're peeling ourselves up and either popping our elbows down, giving ourselves a little bit of support, or coming up all the way into full cobra, so lengthening those forearms. As you hold, think about just gently pressing your pubic bone down into the floor and drawing those shoulder blades back and down. We're still trying to keep the spine long. And then we're going to roll back down to the floor. Hands step right under shoulders. Give yourself a lovely push onto your knees. sit yourself back into your child's pose. Sweep those arms back to your feet. Shoulders go really floppy. And then we're going to start to uncurl. So try and keep your head tucked in as you curl yourself all the way up, 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 up to the top. Shoulders, neck and head. While we're here, we're going to pop in a little spine twist. So let's step that right hand around. Oh, cupboard's in the way, might just get around there. To the right. Peek over that right shoulder. Come back to centre, left side. So around you go. Little peek over the left shoulder. And come back to the centre. So we're going to wiggle forward so that we can pop onto our backs. We're nearly there. So let's take a bit of a creep forwards along that mat. When you get to the front, you can cross those shins over and roll on down, or get yourself onto your back, however is comfortable. So down you go. When you're ready, make sure your head's not going to hit anything, and give yourself a hug. This is my favourite bit, spine twists. Rolling out that lower back. Oh, lovely. And then if you pop your tiptoes down, just behind, you might just want to lift and relay your pelvis down onto the floor. And then we're going to be an aeroplane. Shuffle those shoulders, let them sink nice and low. Come up onto your tiptoes. Let the knees rock a little bit side to side. Let the head turn the opposite way. You're just using your body weight to massage that lower back. It's like a big rolling pin, so you've become a big rolling pin now. And then actually that movement's going to get a little bit bigger. And the next time you head over to the right, just go ahead and flop your knees down into the floor. So over we go to that right side. Let them flop. Turn that head to the left. And just pause. Spine twists are the best thing ever. Now while we're here in this spine twist, your left hand draws a lovely big rainbow. Lots of rainbows around right now. Great symbol. Over the chest. And just come over and tap your right hand. And then as the arm comes down into the floor again, let your upper back feel really heavy. So it's rolling back down into the floor. And we're going to do that one more time. So over you go. Tapping onto that right palm. And then over we go one more time. Flopping down into the floor. Feel how heavy that chest feels. We're going to squeeze our knees back to centre. Come up onto those tiptoes again. Take a little rock from side to side first. So just get that movement going. And then if you go ahead and flop on over to the left. Just let those knees fall, let your body follow your knees. Take your head the other way and just pause there. And then we're going to take that right palm, big rainbow, over your chest. Rolls you onto your left side. Little tap tap. And then open it back out again. Chest feels super heavy, flops into the floor. Look for those fingertips. And one last time, over we go. And then opening it back out again. Nice heavy shoulders, heavy arm. Squeeze yourself back to center. We're going to kick those knees in again. Grab hold of those shins. And gently just draw your knees up towards your armpits. Knees come back together. The side. Just massage the spine. And then we're going to send the legs away and the arms away. Full body stretch. Making yourself as tall as you can be. Right down into those toes. Have a little point and flex through the feet. Roll the ankles. Let your back arch if it wants to. Take a lovely big inhale breath. Exhale, bring those arms down. Walk those feet back in. Take your knees back to your chest. We're going to find our fingertips behind our thighs. Tuck your chin and just lift halfway. Little pause right there. And a nice little roll on up to the top. I'm going to shuffle around a bit so I can see you guys a bit better. But you're going to find your most comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. It might be more comfortable to have your legs out in front of you or out in a V shape. So whatever feels comfortable. However you feel that you can feel both of your seat bones down onto the floor. We're going to step this right hand out. Come up and over with that left one. Big side extension. Lovely. Little cartwheel through, over you go. Land left. Big stretch over right. See if you can keep that right seat bone down to the floor. And again, just because it feels so good, cartwheel. Right hand down. Oh, a bit more length on that left side. Last one, cartwheel over. Land left. Over you go right. Lovely. Super. And then if we come back to the center, we're going to take both arms up above the head and take a forwards fold. So up we go. And forward you go. So I want you to imagine that you're going to touch whatever's in front of you. Maybe it's the TV, maybe it's your laptop screen, maybe it's your study desk, maybe it's the cat. But whatever's in front of you, you're trying to reach towards it, that long spine. Roll those seat bones back and let your head just relax. Give it a shuffle. Creep your hands back in, and we're going to peel your spine up. All the way up, 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 up. Lego bricks, sit side, come down. Last twist to the right. So we step on around, use that left hand on the outside of your thigh, put a little bit of pressure on if you like. Hold that twist. Look over the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder. And then let's come back to go all the way through to that left side, using that right hand to anchor your twist. Take a little peek over the left shoulder. Take a little peek over the right shoulder. A little peek over the left. And then we come back and just relax those hands. Keep that spine lovely and tall. Sink that chin down. Just take a breath or two. Let the shoulders relax. Let the head rock a little side to side. Feel that stretch move around the back of your neck. And then gently bring your head back up on top. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then come on up. The left one comes down. And then come up. Chin drops to chest. And that head just pops back up on top. Lovely long spine. Relax your arms by your side. Let's finish the class as we always do. Taking the arms up, up, up above your head. So a really big reach. Stretch into the fingertips. And then come all the way down. So nice heavy shoulders. We're going to do that one more time. Lovely big reach on up. And bring those arms all the way down. And then to finish, if you bring those arms all the way up above your head, take your hands together and just return those hands to your heart. Now we often finish our yoga and stretch sessions with a few wise words. So I'm going to use some wise words here that were sent to me by a very, very good friend yesterday. This virus may be highly contagious, but so is love, kindness and courtesy. Look after each other, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.